Oh, good morning, chat. How we doing? Give me a second here. I'm just posting that we're going live on all the platforms. Give me a second here. How we doing here on this beautiful Wednesday? Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Crutch. Chat, how we doing on this beautiful Wednesday? Power's in and out down there, Crutch? Dang, dude. Sorry to hear about that, Crutch. All right. Posting when we're live everywhere, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm about to post on Discord, then we're going to get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, it's going to run a quick 30-second ad. All right, chat, let's get started. Good morning. Here we go. I posted that we're live. Here we go. Go like a tweet. Crutch already posted, but go like it, retweet it, let people know you're hanging out with us here. Let's get started. Got the music bumping today. Good morning. How we doing? Chat's working. Love to see that. Love to see that. See if it actually posted our reel. Imagine it working, right? Here we go. Okay, it posted 1 minute ago. Share. Okay, put it on our story. Can I share it to our story? More. Can't post to our story. Why can't I post to our story? All right. Crutch, how we doing? Scar, how we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can get this to... Here we go. Boom. Share. Boom. Sharing there. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that worked. Hopefully that worked. Good morning, guys. Ad will be done here in a second. Exclamation point ad in chat. Almost done. All right. We got a beautiful build today, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me turn the music down just a smidge here. I know you guys don't hear it too loud, but it's bumping through my speakers. There we go. Bring the audio down just a smidge. Beautiful PC. It's going. My internet's up and down. I'm sorry to hear about that, Scar. It's happening to you. It's happening to Crutch. Happened to a bunch of people, apparently. Beautiful build today, guys. We're doing micro ATX. We're gonna get this build done, turn around, and go out today. So we're gonna get built right away. This one we're waiting for the storage to come in, and we're waiting for the GPU to come in, which finally came in like end of day yesterday. So 5070 Ti's finally came in, probably our last batch. And we had some last week or a couple weeks ago, but this is probably our last batch. They're saying this is like gonna be it, unless you go to retail, because I think retail now like 5070 Ti's are like $1,300. I've got one left actually. I've got one 5070 Ti left that's not allocated. So these are like $950 cards. But now I think if you look at the price, the price of 5070 Ti's, let's see what they're going for. I believe they are going for. Is there any in stock? They're $1,100 out of stock. The card that I have right here. Most of them are like $1,100, which is crazy because they were like $800. You know, so. You OC 5600 CL36 RAM. CL36. That's not bad. You gotta get that 56 to CL30. That's where you gotta get it at. Get that 5600 to 6000 CL30. I'm hoping and praying I don't have to buy any PC stuff until 2027. Yeah. 357 Ti, 3080, 3090, FTW3 Ultras out the way. I have a trade coming in, I think. I have a trade coming in, Crutch, that has one of those. We have a trade in coming in. Hold on, let me tell you what's coming in. Let me see if I can find the parts for it. A 3080, but I'm trying to remember which one it was. Hold on, Crutch. We have a trade-in coming in, and it's going to have. Where is it? I'm looking for the photos. Hold on, Crutch. Hold on. Oh, it's an MSI. It's an EVGA. Its second one is an EVGA, but that's a 20 series card, I think. Yeah. Dang. I pray every day I power on my 3090 has a good 3 year. I mean, childish. That's not a bad one. Oh, it was a joke. I was kidding. The best thing we get out of those 6000 CL30 kits that we use anyway is like 6000 CL26. That's when we've been able to get it down to like best. 6400. The 6400 kits are actually better for that. That's how I mean got canceled on stints. Let's go, Godfuzz. Love to hear it. Is the next series card going to be 60 series? I don't know, man. They were talking about having supers. The supers got completely stopped because of the whole AI. We're supposed to have supers at CES this year, chat. We're supposed to have supers. They got completely nixed. There's no that got completely canceled. Like the supers got completely canceled, just because they can't make enough 16 gig variants to be able to even make like the 5070 Ti's right now. And chat's not. Why was it working that it's not working? What? Yo. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want this. Why is this not working? I refresh every time. Okay, caffeine, you're not working. It works with just sitting there. It's showing. It's right. Mine's showing the right one. Watch this. Watch this. Who does? All right, we have that. Now let's go back. Look how pretty that is. All right. Boom. All right, there we go. Now it's working. I heard 59ers being stopped production because of the RAM shortages. So a lot of variables. Rumor has we have a guest today. No, we don't have any guest today. Gino's not here. We were supposed to have Gino supposed to come today. He's not here today. Gino's coming next Wednesday. Gino's gonna come up, but he was not feeling well, so we're doing a Gino build next week. No Gino today. Yeah, he's not doing well, so he's not. We have no guest today. Yeah, honestly, DJ, yes, that's why we use a lot of the regular basic gigabyte cards, because they're not crazy. Like the Oryx ones are good. They're more looking for RGB and more like a higher end cooler, a little bit better VRM. That's about it. So, let's talk about, okay, we're talking about GPUs. So they took away partner rebates, which means that's why the pricing is going up right now. So pricing is going through the roof because the partner rebates were taken away. So there's no like incentive for the manufacturer to have the pricing as competitive as it was. There's not there. Secondly, they're going to start supplying cards without VRAM. So the chips are going to come without VRAM. That's going to be crazier. Miracle Boy, we are. Appreciate that. I'm doing good as well. Trend Nowhere, how we doing? So we're not going to have a lot of those variables. Awesome. No, they're going to have VRAM. They're going to come with VRAM, but it has to be supplied by the AIB. So like the board partner. So MSI supply their own. ASUS supply their own. Zotac has supply their own. It was coming before with VRAM from NVIDIA. So apparently that's not how it's going to be. So it's going to take longer to build the cards. There's going to be shortages. Retail market's going to hit hard soon. That's just, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun. So we have that going on, and then we have the Ramageddon. So RAM prices are through the roof. I'm going to look today. I looked yesterday. Nothing got changed from where there was last week. I pray that it hasn't gone up. Because 64 gigs of RAM is like, chat, I'm not kidding. It's like $800, $900 right now. I see some other SIs charging 1,000, are saying it's like 900, 1,000. I'm like, brother, I'm looking at what you're paying. It's not that price. They're just trying to some people are trying to take advantage of it and just make money. We're not going to do that. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so I'm looking right now at the RAM. Hold on. See if it's got up in price. It's up. Because it's up. No, it had not go up this week. RAM did not go up this week, but the RAM, I told people, like, we're being honest on RAM pricing. It's like $800 now for 64 gigs of RAM, which is crazy. Crazy. That being said, I want to see what the same kit of RAM that I told you is like $800, $820 for us. I want to see what's going for retail. Hold on. Maybe I should have the right SKU. Hold on. I don't have the right SKU. 6,000 see out there. Oh, I have the distribution SKU. How that comes into the distributor, where we have to buy it from our Kingston. So this kit right here. Oh, get out of here. We charge. I'm not kidding. Okay, you can't even see it because of the chatting. We charge for this kit of RAM. We charge $800. This is how much retail is trying to charge you right now. This is direct from Newegg. Oh, this is sold by Amigos, shipped by Newegg. So it's sold and shipped from. Where's Newegg's price? That's why. That's even worse. That's even worse. Wow. Wow. That's insane. That's actually insane. That's actually wild. Like our RGB kit is $800. So like nobody, the closest RGB kit up here is $939. So we're like, when I tell people we're gonna save people money on their builds, and people are like, oh, it's gonna get in a year, give it a year or two, and it's gonna go down. Look how dependent we are on AI. In what world do you live in? Do you think AI is gonna become less involved in daily life? Everything where we look at, it's gonna stay high. It's going to stay high. Like, look at SSD pricing. 2 terabyte. This drive right here, we used to charge our customers $120 for 2 terabytes. It is now $310. It's almost tripled in price. It's just something we're going to have to live with, chat. We're paying, these used to be a $75 drive. I've now doubled for 1 terabyte. If you don't have a powerful PC and pay for it, you're going to have to go to the cloud. They want to control everything, and it's going to be like that. As DDR4 going up, it has. Let me look at pricing. Hold on. Let me see. Let me just pull up like 5600X. That's been the only saving grace is, holy 5600Xs are expensive. Go to 5500. This is actually a really good budget CPU. We use them a lot. About $100 is really good. All right, so we'll start with this. Look at DDR4. So let's look at, like, the sweet spot for this is like 3200 C16. The CPU can do 3600 C16. You have to have a good bin. But 16 gigs of RAM is about $100. I mean, honestly, I'd say this. You're going to be $130 for 16 gigs. Because I wouldn't use any Crucial. This is just the basic DIMMs. And then Timtech. I mean, it's probably okay. I haven't used their stuff. I'd probably go Silicon Power just for something more reliable. Corsair Vengeance. Now let's look at 32 gigs of DDR4. Yeah, I mean honestly, $200. The Pro Kit. You're like $200. So yeah, could you go with a DDR4 system? Yes. And you know what I was doing the other day is I'd recommend, like, if you want to do a really good system right now, and for 1440p gaming, we talked about it the other week. This is where you want to be. And you're like, wait, for DDR4? I'm like, yeah, you could do DDR4. Because you want to know what CPU you could run with it for a really cheap price? Hello, cursor. So we're priced. There it is. I want a price, chat. That's not the right price. Where's the new King? King Plus. Out of stock. That's not what you want. Let's put this in here for now. B860M. Which one is it? 860? It's MSI. Like this. Like one of these right here. No. It's not bad. It's not. See, they're buying out all the stock of boards too. No way. All right, here we go. That's actually not a bad board. $148 board. About $130, $140 board. Storage is going to be your downfall. Like your $160. But let's see if they have them. Oh, the ARC cards went up in price. Oh, no. See, this is where you should be. People are reselling them. That's where you should be. And now we're talking like a $14 PC. Case and power supply, like a $14 PC. That can do 1440p. That's just going to be it right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. Halbern. That's pretty good. No, I would say 1400K. I would say 14600K. I think the 14600K on DDR4 runs really well. Now, if you probably get, I mean, this is the wrong timings. That was not the kit I was looking at. I was looking at 6000 CL16, but you're like $220, $240 max. It's going to be higher to be in a good system because you're going to have to pay more. The people who are looking at $1,000 to $1,500 budgets are now going to be looking closer to $1,800 to $2,200 now. That's just where it's going to be. and that price point is going to stay there. There's no way to kind of circumvent that. So it's just kind of like where we're going to be in the economy. Like gaming PCs are going to be more expensive. Unfortunately, there's no way to go around that. That's just how the cookie crumbles, they say. So yeah, it's fun, chat. It's fun. All right, let's get into the builds. Exclamation point build in chat. A beautiful build today. Again, we're doing a 9000X 3D, B850M board, 32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte 990 Pro. All going in the Montech Heritage. Great little case. 360 millimeter cooler, SFX power supply, all the goodies. When RAM and SSD prices are going back to normal, it's gonna be the new normal. I don't foresee SSD pricing or RAM dropping. They said at least 16 to 18 months at this, if not higher. I don't foresee it going lower than what it really was. Normal, maybe 2028 if we're lucky. I think this is going to be the new pricing for components because AI is going to keep scaling, and it's just going to eat it up. And if people don't buy it now, they're just going to allocate more to the AI system. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I was just like all the GPUs went up. The NVIDIA GPUs went up MSRP is really the suggested retail price. They will have an MSRP. The MSRP is going to be a constant change. The MSRP is going to consistently change because the suggested retail price could go up because of demand and also because of cost. So if you get VRAMs costing more, if the GPUs themselves are costing more to build, the MSRP is going to raise. It's going to be more based off an ERP system, which is estimated retail price versus an MSRP. So founders cards have been done. There's just a few trickling in and out. Yeah. I watch while you're at work. All right, nice. All right, guys. Let's get over to the build station. Let's take a look at today's beautiful build. Let's get all the parts, and I'll see you guys over there in just a few seconds. I'm already mic'd up. I'll see you there in a minute. Bingo, Smitty. You hit the head right on, or hit the nail right on the head. There's not really a MSRP. MSRP, it's going to be all estimated retail price. So, yeah, it's going to be chaos. It's going to be high pricing for quite some time. Let me throw on our TV over here. I usually put the YouTube on over here on the side. Give me 1 second. Look at this streak. Did I miss a streak? What's up, Z-Man? Z-Man posted a streak. 120 stream streak. Sheesh. All right, Z-Man. I see you. So we're gonna constantly, like I said, we're constantly going to be giving you the best pricing possible on all our PCs. Again, it's going to constantly be fluctuating. Best thing you can do is just to reach out to us, have our team let you know what we can do to build for you. We're going to try to give you the best pricing possible. Again, I think the days of budget PC is going to be over. The only time you're going to get a budget PC is you're going to have to try and scrape a gray market deal, which I say gray market, that's like your pre-builts, like your powers, your iBuys. You might get 1 or 2 good components in there. You're going to get mostly like your CPU, GPU is going to be good. Everything else is going to be junk in there. Bad RAM timings, single stick of RAM, bad motherboard, bad cooler, bad power supply. Like when people don't realize and they go and buy these power systems, which we have 3 or 4 sitting out here that need repair that people bring in. Like you go out and you buy a pre-built PC off the shelf at your big box store. People are sold on the big 3 things. Or 4 things. They look at the amount of RAM, the amount of storage, the CPU, and the GPU. What they don't look for are the timings of the RAM, the quality of the RAM itself, like what they're using, if they have heat sinks, is it a single stick of DIMM? They'll do that. You'll get like a 1-by kit in some of these PCs. Or you get like 5600 CL40, which is like
On a CPU like this, where we're talking about FPS performance, it's going to have really bad lows in performance. You're going to look at other things such as the drive. Is it like even a Gen? I've seen 2 terabyte drives, and people open up like, why is this SSD so slow? It's a 2 terabyte NVMe at like Gen 3 speeds at like 800 megabytes a second. Now it's not horrible, but like when most of our newer end drives are 6,000, 8,000 megabytes per second, we're talking up to. It's a slower quality drive. Doesn't have like TLC, doesn't have RAM, QLC, it doesn't even have DRAM on those drives. They're just really cheap. And then we're talking like the motherboard, which the I/O. Somebody said like, why is this Dell PC 2100 and yours is like 2600? Look at the back of the I/O. There's like 3 USB ports on the back of this I/O from this motherboard. And they're using a 120 millimeter cooler to cool a 14900K. I'm like, you're just asking for trouble. So. There's a lot of those variables in these systems that people don't really look at. They're sold on the fact that it's got this 1400K i9, it's got this 5070, but why is it like $300 or $400 cheaper than what you're building? I'm like, because A, we're not going to put those type of components into our builds. There's a lot of variables there. Don't get blinded by the price tag and the overall look. Think of the specs, because like you're not going to go out, you're not going to get a 990 Pro. You're not going to get overclocked GPU. You're not going to get a better motherboard. You're not going to get a 360 millimeter air cooler. You're not going to SFX gold rated power supply. You're going to get like a bronze rated power supply that's like barely enough power to power it. There's all those little variables you got to look at. People don't look at all those little micro percentages of the build, and they kind of just focus on those core things. So, yeah. You know what? Shop Store is really bad with that stuff, like Exchange. What do you mean? Montech Heritage, yeah. 9850X3D or 9950X3D for multi-platform streaming and gaming, mostly just gaming. Just honestly, just get a 9800X3D. The 9850X3D is just a bin 9800X3D. I mean, you can get them if you get a good price on it. Yeah, you're not going to see it. It's going to run a little bit hotter. So honestly, the 9800X3D is still a better value in my opinion still. I have a 6500 XT and a Ryzen 5500. I have $300 to upgrade. Man, that's tough. In this economy, I mean, honestly, I try to get a faster CPU. Maybe look for like a used 5700 X3D or 5600 X3D. CPU, get that extra V cache, get some more performance out of that GPU you have. Then turn around, sell the 5500 for 80 bucks, 60, 80 bucks for that CPU. I mean, it's tough, man. Oh, military store, yeah. I can only imagine, Smitty. Yep. You know, any ATX cases that come with pre-installed fans in white? Yes, you can get the. There's a lot of them that do. There's a lot of those cases that have those. Yep. All right, 9700X is plenty fast. We do 1440p. Oh, 100%. 9700X is a great CPU. I mean, any of the new, even a 9600X can do 1440p gaming because you're not 6 cores and it's still plenty in gaming in a lot of cities standards. 9700X just gives you the extra 2 cores, and obviously, yeah, the new Zen processors from the AM5 are fantastic. That's why like our Challenger system is a 9600X and a 9060X T16 gig. I mean, granted, it used to be like $13.99 or $14.99. Now it's like $16.99 because the RAM and SSD is going up and the GPU price is going up. But that system right there is phenomenal for FPS gaming. We've been gaming and streamed on an AMD GPU. It was great. All right, let's go above cam, get the motherboard out. I ordered a 9000X3D and I got sent the 99X3D and I was low-key bummed. Yeah, I would be bummed about that too. The thing about the 99, is that only across 6 cores? I believe the V-cache only across 6 cores. I would be asking to probably get that swap back out. Oh yeah, I know, Smitty. I wish we could work with them, you know, because they just go buy those things and then they're kind of stuck with that, and it's like, yeah, you know. Building time, what's the PC for? Today's a gaming PC. Semi-traveling gaming PC. Well, welcome in over on YouTube. Braith Music, Funds, Carla, Squeezy, Nate, AGHC, and Seth. Guys, thanks for all for the follows over on YouTube this morning. Appreciate that, guys. Welcome in. It's 6 cores only, and I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, I would swap that out. Dyslexic, that's how your name. Just get the 9000 XTD. You paid for that. They try to upgrade you to the 900 XTD. It's not really an upgrade in terms of gaming performance. If anything, it's a downgrade because of the 6 cores on the Vcache. Again, I would try and get that out of there and get the better one. So. I mean, you get that. 9850 XTD is good. Just a bin to 9800 XTD. Runs hotter. Maybe at peak 1% better performance, but it's going to be a little bit hotter for sure. There's a little bit more watts at it. You can potentially undervolt it. We haven't seen a lot of really good things so far about it. So, what's good practice for a quiet PC? Plenty of airflow, plenty of thermals. Don't overclock your system. Run efficiency, probably AMD CPU, of course. Get a really good cooler. Be quiet has really good coolers that are quiet. Even these CORELIQUIDs are phenomenally quiet with the new pumps. You can go on air. Some air coolers, especially in gaming, will do really well. If you're like a 9000 XTD, it's gonna pull 60 watts. A Thermaltake cooler will easily cool that. An Octo cooler or Be Quiet cooler. Just have really good airflow constantly moving through your case. Yeah. All good, man. Welcome in. Make sure to hit that follow button too if you guys aren't following as well on all the channels. We are live right now on 4 channels. We are live on Kick, YouTube, Twitch, and X or Twitter. All right, guys, let's get this down and in. We've got the beautiful 9000 XTD going in. Board looks good, no bent pins. Beautiful Mortar board. I love the Mortar board. Down and in. We need to upgrade the customer's SSD today. They are on a 990 drive. They bought a KT3000. We actually upgraded them to a 990 Pro from Samsung. A little bit faster. Same endurance rating, same longevity. It's a little upgrade from us here at SenseBuilt. Here we go. And we go, 2 terabyte drive today. Here we go, all in. Next will be our memory. Besides sending me some cables, today's a good day. Nice, love to hear it. What's up, Crutch? Welcome back. What's up, Brandon Salad? How we doing? Our 7000 XTD should I upgrade to 9000 XTD? Is there something better coming out with 4090? I mean, it depends on what you're playing. What types of games are you playing? Where you have that 7000 XTD and then 4090. Are you playing 1440p as well? I mean, you're going to see a little bit of uptick in performance from 9000 XTD over the 7000 XTD. Is it like monstrous? No. Is it good? Yes. Is it worth $100? That's a question. Do you really want to spend that? You know what I mean? All right, RAM today, Kingston Fury, 6000 CL30, 32 gigs. The price of the SATA system? I have to look at the invoice. I don't think I have it right here. I don't have it on this one. It's all the parts list. Pot of gold in front of you, the RAM? Yeah, RAM's expensive. What's up, Sysex? How we doing? FPS mostly Warzone 1440p. I mean, 7000 XTD, 4090 are good. 9000 XTD will give you a little bit better FPS, yes. But is it worth the upgrade? It's up to you. 7000 XTD and the 4090 for Warzone still like ridiculously good. I mean, 4090 is still a phenomenal GPU. It's the second best behind the 5090. So. All right, everything's on the motherboard here, guys. We will take off our factory clips later when we're in the case for the A13. So 9000 XTD on this beautiful B850 Mortar M, coming in from MSI. Phenomenal little micro ATX motherboard from MSI. And then we've got our 2 terabyte 990 Pro down here in this slot. We have our 32 gigs of 6000 CO30 RAM. Let's slide this aside. Let's get our case out. Montech Heritage, yes, micro ATX today, guys. Oh, how beautiful this case is. So I built this case in white, and we had it custom wrapped for Odell Beckham Jr. And we had it custom done with, we did this case, we had it custom done in the leather, done in Louis Vuitton. It's so crazy. I gotta find a video of that and post it on our social media. All right. Considering upgrading my CPU to 9800 XRD, RAM to DDR5, I'm still rocking a 3060 Ti. Is that fine running a slower GPU with that? Yeah. You could see the crazy part is even if you have a slower GPU like that, if you're on a dated CPU, you can get an insane bump in FPS performance just because that dated CPU is getting a refresh, and you'll actually probably notice some FPS increase even on older GPUs, especially if that GPU is potentially throttled by the CPU that you're utilizing. So it depends on what kind of there were 3060 Ti. It depends on what CPU you had with it. You know what I mean? Was there a bottleneck there between the two of them? But there it is, chat. It's such a crazy looking case. This is the Montech Heritage. Beautiful, beautiful micro ATX case, black and leather. That's right. Oh, this question. I'm having a problem with motherboard. It's a Chinese AM5 motherboard. It's perfect in every regard, but refuses to turn on after it stays on for a couple of hours. And it keeps getting stuck in the BIOS. Do you have fast start on? You don't know if Ryzen is coming out with something new here in the next 6 months for CPU? No, the big release is the 9850 XRD. What's up, Biz Plays? How we doing? Check the battery. All right, take off these panels, chat. The only RGB we have today is the top fans and on the fans on the AIO. All the other RGB on the case, we're leaving the fans as is. There we go. All right. We ordered the Pro. Did we not get the Pro? Oh, the fans are in here. The fans are in here. If you order a case, the only difference they do is they put Pro on the board and then they take off the they put the fans in the box instead of actually keeping them installed, which is crazy. All right. All right, this is our beautiful little micro ATX case today, guys. This is the Montech Heritage. It's such a great looking case. The PC case already looks timeless. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. You need to pay attention when you daisy chain people I tried. I know I messed up. Upgrading for the 5800X to 9800 XRD. That's a big upgrade. I'm doing well, Bix. Doing well. When I finish my build, will you be able to optimize for gaming and remove all the bloatware or refresh installed Windows? Depends, yeah, depends on what we're doing. All right. We're gonna put our motherboard in first, then we're gonna put our drives in. Sorry, our fans in, our drives, I mean our fans. Move the cables out of the way for now. Actually, we'll leave these here. We'll move them once we get the motherboard in. All right, top down. Crazy part is this is also BTF. I think, yeah, it says BTF compatible too. So you do a Project Zero if you really wanted to in this case. Look pretty solid. All of our standoffs are already installed. Let's get our screws for our motherboard. There we go. SSD. Motherboard screws, there they are. Upgrading from an i9-9900 to a Ryzen 9000X2 with an x870 motherboard. That's a massive upgrade. That is indeed a massive upgrade there. You'll enjoy that upgrade, sir. All right. My new PC is currently half built. I modified the case to get stuff in it, but it's still too tight to get the side panel on. It's going to cost as much to get another $400 to swap some parts around and get everything to fit. Dang, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. So we're going to have 3 fans across the bottom, pulling air in. And we're going to have air across the top as well. We're going to have exhausting through the rad and exhausting through the rear. So I have a 4 exhaust, even though the pressure from the top fans won't be as much. Plenty of fresh airflow in this case. They do rise off the ground about 1 inch, so you have plenty of airflow pulling in on this beautiful case. Some expected I knew it was going to be a tight fit when I bought the case size. Unreal Engine 5 is good for games. Yeah, we're excited to see what other titles look really good in that engine. It's all good, Casey. All right, one more screw here for the motherboard, top left. There we go. All right, looking good. We're gonna move on right on to our fans chat. I'm gonna do the front close up. Let's put the fans in. These are reverse fans too, nice. See how close we are to a fan header on the bottom. Actually, should be all good. All right, we should be good. Yeah, should be good there. All right, let's get our screws for our fans. All right, here's a question. Oh my gosh, holy gosh. GTA, receiver GTA, these are framework 4 liter, 4. That's a small case. What is the current system you personally think is the best for you you've ever had? Time dependent. Best system? Based on time and price? 3080 Ti with a 5800X 3D. I'm still running it because it runs great on the titles that I play. All time, one of the best bang for buck systems. Because the pricing, you could build that all for like less than $2,000 at the time. Today's price is probably 40K. Yeah. Observe your help you about pre-time. Love to hear it, man. Currently getting all the parts for a PC and I'm learning how to build. I played on console my whole life and I'm not a fan of the limitation of console gaming. You and about the entire rest of the people, more and more people are hearing that more and more. People want to get off console and they want to get onto PC. I'm hearing it more and more. See, I'm going to get this power connector in down here. That's going to be a fun one, chat. I think we're going to come around the top here on the side. Let me actually get that now. I get the power supply out and run that SFX cable really quick for the fans. The SFX with the PCIe cable. The platinum power supply, by the way. I upgraded the customer, I think, from a gold to a platinum. Sheesh. The things we do. All right. PCIe. I see this cable because we're adding additional power for fast charge to the motherboard, so I'll make sure I have the PCIe cable. 24-pin main for later. PCIe 1, CPU, PCIe, CPU 1, CPU 2. All right, PCIs are over here. Okay, 12 volt high power is over here. I was like, where is the 12 volt high power? It's over here. I see it, right there. Okay, I get that after. All right, power supply is going back here out of the way. I just need to get this PCIe power cable in. I wish it didn't have the daisy chain, but at last it does. Actually, let me see if I check. Give me 1 second. I want to see if I actually have a braided cable extension to make it easier. I wonder about the length of that power cable running to the power supply. Give me 1 second, chat. Hey, hello, micro. All right, here we go. So always frozen, extra cables, hardware. Yeah, we get everything like that. We do all the extra, all the cables that you pay for, you get with your power supply, you get all that. Yeah. I've heard the horror stories, some people don't get like things they paid for from other brands. I'm like, what? No, thank you. That's not us. 1 second, chat. I'm loosening the bottom of the motherboard to get a little extra play here. See a little flex. The joys of small cases, chat. There you go. I'm using a braided cable extension for here on this house, just to make this easier for this little run. Because this is going right on top of the fan mount, pretty much. So I needed to be able to clear that and hide the wires. And now that I mentioned these braided cables, you have a little bit more flex than most other things. So here we go. Boom. Get these back in place now. Boom. All right. 1 second, chat. I didn't see the question. What was the question? Wait and see what? Don't cheat the customer like some companies do. They get extra cables if they decide to upgrade it. Yeah, you get everything that comes with it. All right. The rest of these fans in. Yeah, all the cables that come with your power supply, things like that, motherboard, they all go in the motherboard box because of the customer. Yeah, we don't keep any of that stuff here. The customer gets all their stuff they pay for. All right. Some of the fans. You think we went backwards anti-aliasing for 10 years? I know it was a joke, but I've seen companies use modular PSUs and not include them. No. Nope, they get it all. They get it all. And also notice that the USB 3.0 is down here. It's going to be a fun run as well. It's going to be a fun system. The USB 3.0 is going to run right there. That's going to be a fun one. Okay. All the reverse fans are on the bottom. I'm going to just get the last of these screwed in. Using a low torque screwdriver, just driving in our fan screws in the bottom here. That's why you don't hear very loud, because it's just not very powerful. Okay. Got our screws in. All this needs to be charged. By the way, I want to talk better when bent over the side of the case, you're clipping the audio. Is that what you meant by that? Yeah, sometimes the shirt clips a little bit. All right. Yeah, the hydrate here in a second. It's really hot in the shop, or in my the build stream room. It is like, say it's hot. It's like hot, chat. It's like 80 degrees in this room. I kid you not. There we go. Up and over. We'll need our rear light here. Actually, I gotta put this back on. Sorry. Go. Our rear lights. Okay. Just that header right there, perfect, good. All right, so we're going to front panel connections next, chat. Audio muffles, yeah, sorry about that. All the PCs in here, no, it's just that. Corey, you felt it in here the other day, it gets hot by the front door, dude, it gets hot. Okay. USB Type-C, USB 3.0, get all these headers. This is gonna be a fun one, chat. It's gonna go up and around right here. Same thing with this one, just a really tight squeeze with the fans. All in there. You need to keep it high like that just because of the angle. Zip tie on the back, come back down around. Like this so it stays away from the fan. It's got to come down like that so it doesn't hit the fan blade. There we go. All right. All right, we have HD audio, front panel. Front panel's next. Good. No slack in the way there from front panel. HD audio. Look at the precious, bodacious RAM. Yep. I bought 30 gigs of Face Marketplace a few weeks ago. Meeting the dude for the pickup felt like some kind of drug deal. It's crazy. But yes, I feel your pain on that one. Open over HD audio. Sorry if the mic's clipping, chat. I'm bumping it right now. Go. All right. This here. All right, Type C, up and over. There it is. Good. Good. All right. Okay. Next, we're going to work on our power supply. Here, we're planning to install Linux. Other than I've had some people talk about it recently. Unless the customer requests it, no, we're just mostly doing Windows 11 installations. We're not using any kind of Linux or anything like that. We haven't had a request for that. I don't hear that drill. I hear the exact opposite. I hear it's gonna keep going up. So we'll see. I hope not, because man, it's sucky pricing. All right, power supply, then cooler. Get the rest of this power supply out that we need, chats. Keep these big cables at bay down here. All right, so our power supply. Power supply is front mounted. I really get this fan closer, chat. It's hot in here. When I say it's hot in here, I feel like it's like 80 degrees in the stream room. Where's the GPU go? You know where the GPU goes? Come on now. There you go. The fan on high, blowing right over there at this build station. Need that. There's conflicting info. People say RAM's starting to come down later this year, and others expecting it not to come down until 2028. Hope so. I would love it. I would love if that was true. If that brings the price down, it'd be great. But I'm not being told that by the manufacturers. So. Okay. 2 screws hold this in place. Other cables we need there, CPU 24 pin. Actually, PCIe on the box. We got 2 brackets. They give you a bracket with a case, and they have an XFL bracket. It's nice to see. The back in here. Power cable. I'll take the zip ties. We'll need those. Good, good, good. Did I get any screws in this one? They're in here. No screws with the power supply? What? Luckily we have them in the case. Okay. Go 12 volt high power next. There it is. 12 volt high power. All right. Sat everything else like that in the bag. Extra PCIe in the bag. Also in the motherboard box. All right. Okay. Oh, I should have power supply out. Oh, it's so itty bitty and sweet and tiny. I love it. There it is, chat. That little thing. SFX 1000-watt platinum. Or just to buy a new case, sound isolated, GPU 5070 and a 7 power supply. I mean, you could. You could. What AM4 CPU you're pushing with it? That'll tell you, get an idea what you can expect for performance out of it. PSU screws, yep. Get the belly to catch it. Heck yeah, I did. So mini, it is mini, super mini. All right, some more screws here on the adapter plate. That's an SFX to ATX power supply adapter plate because we're going SFX on this one. You can do a full ATX. We did this one just to have the size. So we had better adequate cooling. We need 4 extra screws, which luckily I have right here. I have extra power supply screws. I just saw some yesterday in here. There they are. Nope, that's a wrong one. Wrong one. Well, I just saw power supply screws, extra ones. There they are. Need 4 of these because I didn't get one with the power supply. Interesting. Okay. Okay, this is securing the plate now to the adapter, or to the mount. We use 10 power supply screws on today's build. Our last one here. Okay. Now let's start putting all of our cables on here that we need. First will be our 24-pin main motherboard. In and in. There we go. Next will be our CPU. There we go, it's good. 12-volt high power, and then our PCIe will be next. Once we get all these cables ran, we're moving around down here. Make sure nice and secure, good. And last but not least will be our PCIe. Okay, now we got this here. I'm gonna come down all the way because the GPU got plenty of clearance here, but I want to make sure we have plenty of AIO clearance up top. Our extension cable for it right in there. Okay, good, good. All right, let's get these 2 screws back in to hold in place, and then we're gonna start working on connecting our power supply, and then onto our cooler we will go. All right. There we go, looking good. All right. It's a long run for CPU power. Might have to go up. Well, plenty of room still for the AIO. Make sure we have the run. It's gonna be close. Let's connect this first, and then we'll put this back through. So we have to run longer cord, cable. It's gonna be this one. Okay. And we might have to figure out a cable solution. These are short cables. I'm gonna have to do cable extension on these too. I'm gonna have to just do that, chat, because this is too narrow of a run. All right, let me get some cable extensions. You got free cable extensions today. Come on, chat. Give me a second here. Luckily, I have these handy. All right, give me a second, chat. We're pulling cable extensions out here. CPU 1, CPU 2. I find they're really easy. There's different like textures of the power cables. Here's a good one. That's a soft one. Good. One. Two, there we go, perfect. Two of the same exact ones, perfect, all right. We're running these just because of the length, and they're the exact same kind. One's a little bit longer, which is even more perfect for this build today. All right. Hey, Tarkov mouse, what giveaways out today? All right. Okay. Put this back in here now. This in itself was like playing Tetris right here. Just because the SFX power supply cables, I need about 3 more inches, 3 or 4 more inches to get the length that we would need. So we're gonna need free cable extensions, which always fun in a case that doesn't have a lot of room, but we actually have a lot of space right here to hide them. So, this will probably go out to the GPU. I'm gonna leave this here for now. That's our 12-volt high power. We'll need this out accessible. We'll figure out the runs later. Yeah, this is our 24-pin main. Look how close this is itself. I don't even know if this is going to fit. Ooh, it's tight. I'm going to have to go up one more. Just get it a little bit more get it a little bit closer. The power of SFX and also the pain of SFX we are experiencing firsthand. There we go. That extra like ½ inch of space is all we're gonna need. We have. We need it today. All right. Yeah, we did. It's right there. Has to make that crazy run too. This is how the GPU is going to be. Like that. Power supply. All right. Zip. Okay, we get our CPU cables in next. One's a little bit longer of a run. One shorter. Actually, I'm gonna see if I have a different one. This one's I don't like this fabric. This is a little off. Like the texture is a little different. This one's a cable mod. The other one's an GeForce. 1 second, chat. Here we go. Boom. Oh, I got an GeForce right here. Tell by the texture of it. There we go. All right. Yeah, I got a challenge today for sure. I don't know why I agreed to do it, but I was like, all right. That's what makes for good content, that's what I said. All right. Second EPS will go in. I'll disconnect the cables first. Hello. There we go. Put it in and in. Boom. It's like I like a challenge. How can I make life difficult today, is what I said to myself. Yeah, right? Verbatim. Okay. Like, how can I make life a little difficult on a Wednesday? Micro ATX, small form factor build. Let's do it. But at last, here we are. It's looking good. No complaints. Okay, a little bit complaints. Not complaints, just like, what? More like, why did I do it to myself, you know? Questioning life. There's actually a lot of space back here, 2 cable managers, thankfully. On a day like today, we need it. Got a little extra length. All right, put a mini split in my garage, works great. That right there is some hard work as well. It's got a 4x8 foam board from Lowe's and cutting it because my garage door is an odd size. What are you doing, AJ? Insulating it? Talk about the other week. Are you insulating it still? AJ, why did I convince you to let me build in this again? Or would I let you convince me to build in it? Well, no, we can use, the crazy part is you can use ATX in here. It does take up more space. But really, the SFX, I had to run cable extensions. I completely forgot how small the SFX power supply on the tough power was. Like, it's mini as a understatement. No, it's not a winnable PC. This is not a giveaway PC. We don't have any giveaways going on right now with any partners, unfortunately. You don't have any, I don't think we'll have a lot of giveaways, PC giveaways this year, unless they're like used PCs like a lot of the other people are doing, trying to spur momentum, because there's just not a lot of excess money in our space right now in our industry because of how bad AI is eating us all up, you know? Eating up all the parts. Okay. There we go, it's good. Okay, one more zip here. Actually, tuck it in right there, perfect. Okay. Holy, I do not miss building this case, AJ. It's tight back here. It's tight, and then you gotta make sure all the runs are good, because you don't have a lot of space. Like this cable is like, it's taut. So, but it's getting there. Let's get this, I gotta bring this over here next. I gotta play with this thing, this small monstrosity of a power cable, extension cable. There we go. You just tie it to itself, or down here. Actually, that's the cheat code. Run it off the shelf. There we go. All right, time for the cooler, chat. Woo! Also, RAM SSDs. You heard about AI buying all the RAM CPUs? Is that true? They're not buying CPUs, they're buying memory and SSD. And GPU. GPU. All right, this is going to be our cable for our. All right. Good, good. Good. All right. Fans, good, good, good. All right, good. No obstructions on the fans. All right. Put this back on. That's our front panel. There we go. All right, time for the cooler chat. We'll top down here so you guys can see it. Damn, I learned how to purchase stuff for cooked. Yeah. And technically, AI's been purchasing stuff for a while if you tell Alexa to buy stuff, you know what I mean? To be fair. Okay. The fun part, chat. One part on this one's going to be getting everything to line up. With the slack, with the cables. The tubes. Good. No obstruction. Yep, that's how it's got to go, like that. Boom. All right, we're in business. All right. What do you think about people buying clean RAM circuit boards and RAM modules and building and soldering them themselves? We have different definitions of fun. That's exactly how I put that statement. We have different definitions of fun. No, AJ, because of the way the AM5 mount is. See how the bracket is? The tubes have to be on the side. Tubes have to be on the side because the AM5 mount is elongated, it's up here. So tubes have to be on the side. Negatory. I'm gonna fall right there. All right. Get all of our extra standoffs and Intel standoffs. All the value in the box. Okay. See how the mounting bracket is? AMD's this way. Nope, I wish you could. Their tube's always on the side for the A13. Intel has a more of a, Intel you must be on the, what, 1751 probably could have. I don't think on 1800 because it's a little bit different. A little bit different. Maybe you could, I don't know. Let's see how the block is one-sided. It's longer on the one side. It's not a square block, it's a little bit elongated because of Intel. Bullseye. Should be a fun one, chat. Okay. It's a pressure mount. The best kind you can have for AM5 and AM4. Oh, actually more AM5. AM4 is not wasn't big on pressure mounts. Okay. Fans at the bottom, yep. Okay, so that's how this goes. Slides like this. The great thing about this case is why this motherboard's good in this is all the CPU fan headers chat are right here, so I can actually mount this right now. I don't have to worry about the direction of getting stuff later because I can just go bloop. Selfing off the fans though. I'm gonna set the RGB to white. I think white's gonna look really good and classy in this case with the leather and everything. So we'll do that. Get it dialed. All right, go up top, lift, and position. There we go. Get to start getting these screws in really quick. I'll spin this around, give you a front close-up so you can see it. Give me a second while I do this. Two more in here, I'll spin it around so you can check it out. So hot in here. It barely touches this too. It's actually really good. Really good. All right, there it is, chat. Okay. All right, look at chat, looking pretty good. This is exactly how the mounted the last one too, AJ. This is exactly how this one, the prior Heritage we did, it mounted just like this, the tubes. We had the trike screw in there too, it's even crazier of a run. Okay, RGB. $1,000 watt on a little PS2, yes sir. $1,000 watt platinum at that. Platty. Little platty daddy over here. RGB header. RGBs. There it is, RGB. All right, how are we looking so far, chat? How are we looking? All right, let's get our fan header in first. This is our CPU fan header, or is our pump header, pump header. Pump header. Pump, boom. There's pump. And then there's fan. And then the rest of the cables, and we're putting the GPU in, chat. We're almost there. We're getting there. All right, now we can dial these all in. A small one here is for this. Perfect. When the pump comes off, you want to rotate it? Yeah, the cover does. Yeah, the cover does. Yeah, we use these are our number one cooler we use here at Sensible. Yeah, we got our own custom blocks for it too. Our own custom covers for it. We'll get those on here in a few minutes too. Dang, I got the 7800 XT and the 7800 XT. They kill it. Couldn't imagine having an upgrade like this. Yeah, this is a little beast for a micro ATX PC for sure. All right, time to get the last of the rad screws in, and they're gonna get the GPU out, chat. Oh, 5070 Ti behemoth today. Mini monster, as you can call this thing. All right. All the extra screws go in the motherboard box. A lot of stuff in the motherboard box for today. Some stuff we still have to get out. We have to get the strap. There's a strap that goes on. I'm gonna let the customer put that on. So I don't want it to get damaged in shipping, but. I think it can hold like 70 pounds. The strap, I think it's rated for like 70 pounds, 60 or 70 pounds. This case is probably only weigh about 45 to 50 when it's said and done. One more screw here for the rad. We got a GPU out, chat. There it is. There it is, chat. There's our little beauty. Let's get our GPU out today. 5070 Ti Prime overclock from ASUS. Phenomenal little card, especially with the rising cost of GPUs. Especially during Ramageddon. Okay, it's small and mini mighty. There it is, chat. Let me take this off. Oh, it's our startup song. Come a little bit too early. All right. Get our cellophane off this bad boy. Our plugs out. I'm gonna leave these in, sometimes they could damage the back. We try to get them out later. We take them out. So hot in here. Last piece of cellophane off the top. We're ready to put this bad boy in. ASUS cellophane is so hard to get off, chat. I'm not lying. There it is. Oh my gosh, took forever to get that peel. There it is, chat. 5070 Ti, let's get our 2 slots out that we need. This card. Dude, it's hot in here. I'm not lying to you, Crutch. It's like stupid warm in here. Let me tell you, it's like hot in here. Like, no, it can't get that hot. I'm like, dude, it's a scorcher in here. All right, the 2 slot covers off, and we'll get it in. Set the RGB to white. I think RGB to white on this is gonna look really classy. So once we get it all dialed in, we'll do that. All right, 2 screws in, GPU out. We got 1 piece of cellophane I just saw right here. Across the ASUS logo, of course. Much cellophane as possible getting in on these cards. There we go. There we go. Three, two, one. And go with the thunk. Good, fans all spin, good to go there. There are 2 screws in to hold the GPU in place. Now with this one, if I was a customer, if he's gonna be stationary, he says he's gonna be traveling a little bit. If he's gonna be stationary, I'd recommend him picking up a little GPU support bracket to put right here. on the top of the fan shroud. Make a small one like that big, just to help a little pressure. These cards aren't super heavy, but just to help reduce any kind of sag. Something you can definitely do. All right, in there. The next part is going to be the cable run. This is going to be a fun part, because this is a really short 12-volt high-power cable. All right, 12-volt high-power cable's in. I'm going to try and bring this cable around over here. You can zip it right like that on the side, but it's not hitting the fans. It's also easier for him to take in and out if you have to remove the card, or zip it right there. Let me get a thicker zip tie for this one, chat. I need a longer black zip tie here. Give me a second, chat. GPU's having a bad day? Not at all. I was just holding the GPU in place so I can get that 12-volt high power seated correctly. Gotta make sure it's seated right. You don't want any sensor cables messed up. You don't want anything crazy, so we're good. All right, black zip tie. Here we go. Right. Feel the heat, dude. It's hot. When I say it's hot, it's hot. I wasn't messing around. It's a scorcher in here. Side of the card stays there. Sensor cable's not being. Nothing wrong with sensor cable. There you go. Helps a little sturdy. Clip this zip. All right. Let's get ready to boot up this PC, chat. Put our panels back on, and it's ready to boot it up. What, an SFF case, small form factor case? SFF is small form factor. All right, which this isn't small form factor, this is micro, this is mATX. All right. There we go. Go. Just gonna put this top piece on. I'm gonna put the side piece on so you can see it all light up a little bit. Pop this off. Give me a second, chat. All the fan clearances, good, 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 good. All right, nothing rubbing, all right. All right, chat, let's get ready to light it up, let's go. What is your favorite case? Ease of working and building a PC right now? Man, a favorite for me right now. I don't know if, my favorite would be. I don't know. It's a good question. I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one. All right, guys. Let's get ready to light up this beautiful little micro PC.
That thing is beautiful on chat. That thing is pretty. Yep. Yeah, we show this. We show the boot up screen, the boot process. So there she is, chat. Absolutely beautiful little PC. Let's go see if we can raid today on Twitch. We can go raid over on Twitch today. Chat, let me go see who is live. It's Tinspil Partner that's live. Let's go send it on over to them. Thank you for hanging out today. Appreciate that as always. Let's see who we can raid today. We've got, here we go. Guys, we're going to go raid Nat today. All right. You guys know who Tarsha is, aka Nat. We're about to find out right now. She's probably playing some Warzone. Go hang out with her today. She's a Tinspil Partner, and she's probably been rocking out and number one female soloist player in the world, so she says. So judge her as her comment states and see how she does today, all right? Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys Friday from the beautiful build right here at twitch.tv/Stins, live on YouTube at youtube.com/Stinspill, kick.com/Stinspill, and x.com/Stinspill. So until I see you guys on Friday, have a great rest of your Wednesday. Have a happy hump day, and I will see you guys bright and early Friday morning around 11 a.m. Eastern. Much love, guys. See you then.